What is up, you guys? Welcome back to your Self-Worth BFF, the podcast. This is your host, Mikaela Filar. Today, we are going to be talking about meditation and the fact that, if you really want to change your life, 10 out of 10 recommend starting to meditate because, as I've said here before, your thoughts literally control your entire life. So the sooner you can get control of your thoughts, the sooner you will be able to control your life. And when I say that you are literally in control of your entire life, you are such a powerful source and you have the power to take control of your life, take control of your thoughts, to change whatever it is your physical reality is right now. If you're unhappy with it, you do have the power. And that's just not you taking action. That's you also controlling the way that you think, controlling the way that you see things. If you control the way you think, control your thoughts, your actions will start to change. Your habits will start to change. What people struggle with is controlling those habits, controlling those thoughts, because we're in this society now that we're all so stressed. We all have a bajillion things to do to get done. And the moment that you can sit down and take yourself out of your body and into your mind, into your brain, change your brain waves to take yourself out of your physical reality and to put yourself into the life that you're desiring, is the moment that your life will start to change. So right now, currently, you listening to this podcast or watching this podcast and me talking to you, is we're in our beta state, right? So that's the critical thinking. It's where you're most aware, your contact. Oh my gosh. Your neurocortex is on. This is your physical reality. And if you don't know this, 90% of the thoughts that we think every single day, every day, are exactly the same as they were yesterday. And the more you resonate with these thoughts that you're continuously having over and over and over again, repeating to yourself over and over, day in, day out, those are the thoughts that you're going to resonate best with. So a lot of us, we don't like the thoughts that are in our head. A lot of us are thinking negative thoughts, or we're just thinking about the emails that we have to reply to, or the fact that we have to work tomorrow, and or the fact that we don't like the way that our hair looks, or you know what I'm saying? So these are all examples of our current physical reality that we're just so wrapped up in. We're just thinking about nonstop, go, 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 because we are society just has us in this hustle culture. So the more often that you can take yourself out of your physical reality, take yourself out of that hustle culture, the more of a grip you're going to get a hold of on life. And in order to do that, you have to meditate. And I know this is just not what you really want to hear. And I always say the small things are what make the biggest changes. And we know this. We know this. We know that meditating is good for us. We know that exercising is good for us. Eating healthy is good for us, etc. And a lot of us let our habits and our current reality get in the way of completing these things that we really do want to change about ourselves. But we're so wrapped up with all the things that we have going on in our external world that our internal world is just repeating the same thing over and over again. And we're not actually making changes, even though we really, 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 really want to change. And I'm talking about this today because I've been meditating for about 2 years. And mind you, I was not good at it at first. Meditation is a practice. You have to practice it every single day. You have to practice it to get good at it, just like you have to practice anything else to get good at anything else, right? You have to learn how to regulate your brain, regulate your mind, and regulate the chatter that's going on inside of your brain. And Joe Dispenza is such an incredible, incredible teacher, and he has done so much research on this, and that's partly where I am getting this information from today. And this is something that I knew, but I just wanted to, dig a little deeper into the sciencey part of it, because I can tell you to meditate and relax your brain all you want, but if you've got 75 million things to do and you don't actually understand why you need to meditate, then why are you going to do it, right? If you don't actually think that it's going to help you move forward and get better in your life, then what's the point, right? So I'm going to kind of break it down for you and explain why it's so important to meditate. I started off meditating using an app, and then I went into YouTube meditation, guided meditation, and those are such incredible tools to get started with when you are practicing meditation. And eventually you'll be able to you like just completely be sitting in silence by yourself, which is something that I personally can do now. And it took a while. And I'm going to give you some tips on how I mastered. I'm not going to say mastered, because I still have not mastered this. It's very, very hard to master meditation, because it's very, very hard to shut off everything that you have going on in your brain. And I think a lot. My thoughts, it's very hard to shut my brain off, but it's something that I've been working on for years. And it's something that I've realized makes the biggest difference in my day and in my life. So I just want to dedicate an entire episode on telling you guys that please just start meditation. It's life-changing. And you can start off with 5 minutes a day. You could start off with 10 minutes a day, however long you want to go. I'm up to 30 minutes a day now. And it's very easy to be like, oh, I don't have time to do this. Oh, I have so many things going on right now. I don't have time to sit down and freaking meditate for 30 minutes a day. But it's the same thing as okay, if you don't have time to meditate, but you do have time to sit on the couch at the end of your day after work and watch your favorite Netflix show. I'm going to tell you right now that meditating is 70 million times better and more relaxing than stimulating your brain and using that outside Netflix, whether it be Netflix, whether it be TV, or I guess that's the same thing, TV, or going out and drinking, or taking a pain reliever, or taking antidepressants, or taking some sort of medication, or smoking weed, or buying a new outfit, or you guys get the point. All of these outside external things will not help you feel better in the long run, because you need to do the work that's inside of you. And in order to do the work that's inside of you, you need to get in your head. And that's scary for some people, because we all have had, shit that we've been through in our life. We've all had trauma. We've all had experiences that have made us, shaped us to who we are today, why we react the way that we react to things, and why we act the way that we do on a day-to-day basis. The reason why it's so important to take control of those thoughts that you have replaying in your brain over and over and over again is because if you are just thinking about those same thoughts that you were thinking yesterday over and over and over again, how are you going to move past it? How are you going to get better? How are you going to create the life that you're desiring if you're just stuck in whatever thoughts you were thinking of yesterday, right? So with that being said, we're all in our beta state right now, very aware. This is where all of our thoughts, most of our thoughts live, 90% of our thoughts. And we're just thinking, going. We are turned on. That's beta. So when we enter the operating system, which is alpha, the alpha state, when you're able to sit down and take some deep breaths and really quiet your brain down, quiet your thoughts. And you're going to have intruding thoughts, of course, that are going to come in. And this is one of the hardest things to get over when you're doing meditation, because you're sitting there and you're in your thoughts and you're taking deep breaths, and intruding thoughts are coming in, right? They just won't stop. They're just bam, bam, bam. And at first, and still sometimes to this day, like this morning when I meditated, I had so many intrusive thoughts that just kept popping in. Like, I need to do my laundry. I need to go to the grocery store. I need to get gas. I need to get my dog food. Like all these things that I have to do that are swirling around in my brain that's stressing me out because there's not enough time in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like these thoughts, we have to learn how to control them and quiet them down. And when we sit down in this quiet state and we see these or feel these or hear these thoughts come in, or all the above, we have to learn to just let them go. And what I mean by that is when you're taking deep breaths, when you're focusing on your breath, when you're focusing on the meditation and the fact that you're trying to quiet your brain and these thoughts come in, I want you to watch them. I want you to acknowledge them, but also to let them go. And visually, if you can visualize this, I want you to just watch them float away. So they'll come in, you're like, okay, thank you. Not right now. Goodbye. And you literally watch them float away. And you can, I picture butterflies. I'm a big butterfly gal. So I picture butterflies literally like the thought. I picture the thought itself turning into a butterfly and flying away. Right? So it's different for everyone. You can picture whatever it is that you want. You could picture it as a writing and then the writing just floating away, whatever that may be. But just let it enter and then let it exit. And then continue to focus on your breath, because that's honestly how simple it is. Like if we just focus on our breath and have the strength to sit in that silence, to be aware of these thoughts, but then also to let them float away and then to continue to focus on your breath. It's a training that you have to train your brain to let these thoughts float away, to focus on your breath, because it's not very often that we have time in our day to sit and just be silent, to just shut up, to just literally be in the present. And this is so important. This is such an important state to master, right? And it's going to take time and you're going to get frustrated, but have grace with yourself and do not give up, because the more you practice this, the better it will get. The less frustrating it will be, the less stressed you will be. So once you enter your alpha state, which is where you are calmed, you've still got these thoughts coming in, but you're letting them flow out, you can enter the theta stage. So these brainwaves, the theta brainwaves, are the hypnotic, like that's hypnosis, right? So this is where you can see the most change in your thoughts and in your life, and you can make the most change, but you have to get there through this meditation and through letting those thoughts just float away. And because we are in, sometimes we have such a high level of stress, and, this is where you have to fight that anger, the hate, the envy, the depression that is all derived from stress, which knocks you out of balance. Like this isn't a normal thing, right? The stress that we are all under, whether it be a ton or a little bit, like that's all just that stress is knocking us out of balance. It's not allowing us to be our best selves. And you have to fight the feeling of everything going on around you, or going on in your external world. And you really have to sit in your internal world, and you have to regulate your thoughts. You have to regulate your emotions. You have to get back to that state of taking a deep breath and being in the present. So next is your gamma wave. This is where you're relaxed in your heart, but your brain is awake. So this is where I want you to start visualizing or thinking, setting the intention of whatever it is that you're desiring in life, whatever life that you want to be living, however it is that you want to be feeling, that you desire to be feeling. And this is when I say whatever you're desiring, it's already yours, because it is. You just have to step into that energy. this is how you step into that energy, is you get into this gamma state and you actually visualize, set the intention that all of this is actually your reality. You literally go into like a la la land of your desired life, and you start to visualize, how do I desire to feel in life? How do I desire to live my life? And I want you to visualize that every single day. And that is how you make it your physical reality, because this is all energy. You are so fucking powerful. And society has made us believe that we need all these external things to make us happy, to make us feel better, right, about our circumstances, whether that be, like I was saying before, your drugs, pharmaceutical drugs, or alcohol, or shopping, or sex, or the list goes on, right? When you get into the state of your la la land state, I guess, your gamma wave state, and you're super aware, but like also you have the capability to seriously calm your entire body down and to completely ignore everything that's actually your physical reality. So you're literally in this state of just pure la la land is the best way I can say it. And you're able to take your physical reality and put it to the side and then live your dream life in your head. And because you're making that conscious decision to focus on the future as opposed to those feelings and thoughts that you constantly have on a day-to-day basis, eventually you're going to be able to reprogram your brain to feel the way that you desire to feel in your future, and then to like reprogram your thoughts. But the struggle is, it's just like when you're doing your affirmations and you're saying like, I am worthy, I am beautiful. Okay. So if you're saying these things to yourself, but you're not actually feeling those feelings of being beautiful, of being worthy of whatever it is, then you're never going to get there. So that's the trick. You have to trick your brain into thinking that it's already yours, because it is. Everything you desire is already yours. You just have to change your thoughts and stop living in the past, stop living in your trauma. You have to like go in and rewire all of these negative self-beliefs, all of these past events that have happened, and get out of them and focus on what you want your future to look like. And the more you practice this, the easier it'll get. And the more clear you are, the better it will be, the more effective it will be, because you're getting in this energy of, I am abundant, I am beautiful, I am worthy. And you're feeling all these things in your meditative state, in your gamma wave brain state, which you get to through meditation. You're literally able to transform the way that you're feeling in like a matter of 15-20 minutes, because you're just all like, you're literally taking yourself out of your physical reality and stepping. We are so powerful when we are able to step into that meditative state and to change those neural pathways that have been programmed throughout our entire lives. We don't even like give it an option, or like we think it's too woo-woo, or we think it's too spiritual, or we think like we don't have time for it. And you know what? That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to believe, because they don't want us to be able to fix ourselves. They want us to rely on these outside sources and external world. But the reality is, you can have all of these things. You can go out drinking and partying with your friends. You can go shopping and buy everything. You can buy the yacht. You could buy the house. You can have all of these external things. You can go and you can have the perfect relationship. You can have the, kids and the everything that you think that you want from an external world. But if you're not focusing on bringing it back in and fixing whatever it is from your past that you keep repeating in your brain over and over and over again on a day-to-day basis, because 90% of our thoughts are the same every day. If you're not changing those thoughts, you're not going to change your reality. If you master your thoughts, you will master your life. You will master your reality. So this podcast is like, this episode on this podcast right now is seriously just me explaining to you how important it is to master the art of meditation. It has been such a life-changing tool for me. And I find that when I don't do it, like for instance, I didn't do it yesterday. Okay. I didn't do it yesterday. I don't think I did it the day before either. I have a lot of change happening in my life, of as I've mentioned before. And I've woke up the last 2 days just feeling so drained, so exhausted. And I'm like, oh, and the first thing that I did when I woke up was check my email and, start working. And then I went to work, and it's because I skipped my meditation. Like I didn't have the best last 2 days. I've been in this very like weird mood, very irritable. And I know for a fact that a lot of that has to do with the fact that I skipped my meditation practice in the morning. And you don't have to do it in the morning. You could do it at literally any point in day. You could do it multiple times a day. For me, what's best I find is to start my day off with a meditation, because it brings that sense of, okay, I'm taking this time in the morning to focus solely on myself, to focus on what I desire to have my future to look like. And when you do step into that meditative state where you're solely like in your own la la land, you feel better. You feel happier, because you're like, oh, well, you don't even want anything external, because it's already yours. You're already feeling it inside of you that morning. And I found yesterday when I was at work that I was picking up on the energies of literally like, and the emotions of like so many other people that were around me. Like, other people at work were irritated, they were frustrated, they were angry. And I swear, I kid you not, I came home and I felt like, and everything, like most of our emotions, some like when we're not meditating and we're not like conscious of what we're thinking and the energies that we're picking up on from other people, it's like we attached onto them unwillingly, no matter what. And then they're heightened for us. And it's terrible. So if I could go back in time, I would, and I would meditate, because my mood would be a lot more elevated than it was even this morning when I woke up. Because yesterday it was just like everyone was just like their emotions were just attacking me. And you have to come home, and I come home and I'm by myself, and I'm like, why do I feel like this? Like, why do I feel like this? Like, what in my life is wrong to where I feel XYZ? Why am I irritated at like literally everything? Like, that something's going on, and you have to like reflect on, is this actually because I feel this way? Or is it because I'm picking up on other people's emotions that I've like got, like that have attacked me? And so, yeah, like a lot of the emotions that we have aren't even our emotions, or not even our energy. And that's like, when you walk into a room and like the vibes are just like amazing, immaculate, right? And then, but you can also walk into a room and you can tell that it's super serious. Like, people are having a super serious conversation, and you're like, oh, I can definitely feel this energy. Or you walk into a different room and it's like, there's people fighting. You're like, oh, I can feel this energy. And then you don't want to be in that energy. You don't want to be in that room, because that makes you uncomfortable, right? And no matter what, like other people's energies, you pick up on them, or at least I do. I feel like some people are very, very sensitive to other people's energies, and some people aren't so much, or they just haven't tapped into that ability yet. So they don't know whether or not that energy is coming from them or coming from the other person that they're around, or people that they're around. So that's why it's so important to, when you are feeling any type of way, to take a step back and to like regulate the way that you're feeling and to detach yourself from that emotion and to be like, okay, why am I feeling this way? And then like, do I have a real reason to feel this way? Or am I just picking up, or did I just pick up or get like attacked by other people's energies, other people's emotions? So that's what I did this morning. And I realized that like the emotions that I came home with yesterday were not my own. It's just when you hang out with somebody, right? And they're like this ball of light and energy and happiness. And you can tell that they're just like living life and they just love life, right? But then you can also tell the opposite when somebody is like down in the dumps or complaining a lot or irritated or XYZ, just not happy with their external reality. Like that's, they're so focused on their external reality that they're not even, realizing like, okay, why do I need to feel, or why do I feel this way right now? What can I do to change and shift this? And so thankfully I've been given the tools needed to figure out whether or not I'm living in my own emotions or my own energy, or if I'm living in somebody else's emotions and picked up on someone else's energy. And I don't know if you're familiar at all with human design, but I'm a projector. So what projectors are is they're basically like, it's like a reflection. Like I'm very like a chameleon. Like I've always been told this, like I can match someone's energy very easily. And so when I'm around other people that are feeling not so great, it comes off on me. And so it's very, very important for me as a projector to realize when that's happening and to be able to shift that. So, and it's also important just in general for everyone to do. Like 10 out of 10 recommend looking into your human design and figuring out more about yourself and being able to, like, once you figure that out, like you're going to be able to live your life in the way that is aligned for you, which is amazing. And a lot of things will also start to make more sense. And meditation has helped me do that. It's helped me completely like protect my energy. I do a energy protection meditation before I do my visualization every single morning. And but you have to get into that state of meditation. You have to get through that stress part of sitting down, shutting up, and actually like letting your thoughts leave your brain so that you can focus on what you actually desire to feel and how you desire to live. But that's hard. And people don't like to do hard things. Period. So if you can get the strength to train yourself to get into that meditative state every day, your life will start to change, bottom line. With all of that being said, I hope this made sense to you today. I hope that you really enjoyed this podcast episode all about meditation. I hope that you take time out of your day every single day, at least, 5-10 minutes to start. Hop on YouTube, hop on an app, whatever it is that you need to do to get started. I hope that you find the time, make the time to make that a priority, because I promise you will see such a drastic change in your life, in your energy, and be able to move forward from things that you maybe didn't think that you were going to be able to move forward from. If you don't know this, I am an intuitive energetic healer, and I practice readings on people one-on-one. They're about an hour long, sometimes longer, depending, but I am able to very much so tap into your energy. I am able to see what is blocking you from whatever it is that you're desiring. I am able to give you tools to get to what it is you are desiring or where it is that you're desiring. And they have been so incredible. I have so many incredible testimonials from clients that have been able to use the tools that I've given them to make the shifts necessary to get closer to whatever it is that they're desiring, whether that be a change in career, whether that be in a relationship, whether that be in just maybe they're feeling stuck or anxious or depressed. Maybe they're having trouble moving forward from something that's happened to them in the past. I've been able to give tools to help them move past all of these things and to move forward. And it's just been such an incredible experience. And I love doing them. And I have openings for the first 2 weeks of June. And it is Monday, Memorial Day. I hope everyone had enjoyed their extended weekend and enjoyed their Memorial Day. Thank you to all those who have sacrificed their freedom for ours, and to all the families who have soldiers who are deployed or who have been a military family or are a military family. Like, I know firsthand that it is the sacrifices that y'all make. So thank you. Big shout out to all my veterans and all of my military families and military people. With that being said, if you feel pulled to book a one-on-one session with me, please feel free to reach out in my DMs on Instagram. My website is being created as we speak. Super excited to get that up and going. But until then, Instagram is the best way to reach out and book a one-on-one session with me. And I'm just really excited to see where that goes and to help so many freaking people, because that is literally what I was put on this earth to do. And this is how I am aligned to do it. So I hope everyone, again, has an incredible week. It's already Tuesday or whatever day you're, listening to this on. Just, I hope you have a great day. And I hope to hear from you soon. I hope that you enjoy this podcast. Thank you so much for your support. If you liked it, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review. And if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe so you don't miss another episode whenever it launches out next. New episodes are out every Tuesday and Friday. And that is all for today. I hope you meditate. I hope you learn to regulate your feelings, your thoughts, and make the best out of your life. Chat soon, babe.